the social networking site, which happens to be a useful tool for both work and talking to friends. Just 10 years it's been around. One short decade, it's become more than just a household name. According to one survey, 71% of Americans who have internet are on Facebook.
Life for its 1.2 billion users worldwide, who spend an average of 8 hours each month on the social media network.
I like that everybody uses it, so I always know where to find friends.
I post about my daughter, get in touch with my family who lives abroad.
For some, it can seem like an addiction.
I spend more time than I would like to. And yeah, you end up, sometimes you mindlessly follow certain things and you're like, why, this is not interesting. I should be reading a book.
While Facebook may be the world's largest social media network, it's not always the most popular.
Perhaps they complain about it because they depend so much on it. If I go on vacation, there will be a moment where I say, we need to get the picture to put on Facebook. And maybe that's a good thing, and maybe it isn't. Some people are complaining that we spend a lot of our time presenting ourselves to others through Facebook rather than actually just being.
Experts say growing criticism and a waning interest from teenagers, 25% of users aged 13 to 17 have quit the site since 2011, could point to Facebook's decline.
At once, Facebook is a giant, successful company now, and it's hard to imagine the company failing or faltering. But at the same time, if you think into the future, 20 years, it's hard to imagine that Facebook will still be around and everybody will be doing the same kinds of things on Facebook.
For now, the network remains one of the world's most profitable companies. And with all the changes Facebook has seen over the past 10 years, who knows where the next 10 could lead.
And joining us now, he's a digital ad man turned consultant, Emmanuel Vivier. Thanks for being with us.
Thank you.
How much has Facebook changed your life personally?
I don't know if my life is the same as everyone else, but no, I think it's a very useful tool. Of course, I guess it's not the center of our life, but it's very useful to keep in touch, to exchange information, to keep track on faraway friends and family. So I think, yeah, it's very addictive, basically.
But like you surf the web, does it make you actually, in the end, more sociable or less sociable?
I think the more you interact with people, the easier you keep track of them. Yeah, you still want to meet them offline. So I don't see us disconnecting from real life using Facebook. I think it's just an accelerator to keep track of people.
And do people the world over use it the same way?
I think there's a lot of different possibilities. If you look at Facebook right now, it's like a blog. Basically, you can blog your life or publish your life. You can use it for games.
But do you see, for instance, the French using it in a different way than the Americans, for instance?
You know, in France, we love debate, so we love to argue about things. So yeah, I think it's a great conversation network where basically you can launch a discussion where people can, let's say, about politics, for example, you have some a big talk from friends who disagree about specific topic. But yeah, it's like the cafe basically where we go, but it's online.
All right, the cafe where we go online. Last year, when they decided to go public, at first it was a bit of a rocky road. Investors stayed away.
Yeah, I think it was maybe not the best prepared IPO, but in the long run, if you look at it, it's nearly 1 human out of 6 is on Facebook. So it just
but it's free. So will they ever make it up in ad revenue? Is it a sustainable business model?
For now, they are making more than $7 million revenue, so it seems it's working. They increased for 50% from last year, so I think they're doing a few things right. For the moment, I think, even if you look at TV, you sell audience, and I think they have a massive audience that they can sell the access to advertiser. So yeah, it's for me, if they continue to find a way to keep a connection with this audience, they will find many ways to get money from a lot of people to get in touch with this audience.
When you see rivals, for instance, Google Plus, which has tried to steal a bit Facebook's thunder, they haven't been able to do so. Is the lesson of all this that what matters most in the digital world is being first in?
Maybe not first, because if you remember Friendster, MySpace, there was a few platforms already in the past. No, the truth is, if you have a nice platform that continue to, I would say, respond to people's expectation, not like MySpace did, they did not evolve for quite a few months, then it's going to be hard. It's like if I ask you the question, do you want a second mailbox for your home? And you say, I already have one, so why would I invite all my friends in another network? It's going to be hard. But if you offer something different, like Twitter, for example, like real-time information, not only from people you know, but from people you are interested in, celebrities, journalists, media, or if you look at Snapchat or Line, where more mobile messaging platform, where it's easier on mobile, then of course it's another a proposition value, and yeah, maybe some users are going to prefer those platforms or use both platforms.
And like in the report, when you see people complaining about Facebook or saying I'm no longer on it, it's actually a sign that it's the one to beat.
I think there's a lot of fantasies too. If we look at the number, Facebook is still growing. So yeah, maybe it's mature now in the US. But if you look at Brazil, if you look at Asia, they're still continuing to expand. And I think people might not use only one tool. They might use LinkedIn for business. They might use Snapchat for fun with their friends. They might use Facebook to keep track on the family. So it's where I think they are not leaving one platform for another. They might have more choices and use several of them for different things.
And the mighty have fallen in the past. Today we saw the naming of a new CEO at Microsoft. Mm-hmm. What's the lesson from the Microsoft experience for a company like Facebook?
I think Microsoft is still a great company. They're still doing fine, but yeah, they missed a bit the mobile market. Basically, they are struggling on tablets. It's better, but they miss the boat, and they miss a part of the internet too. Bing is not doing that fine against Google, or they are not on the social network area. Xbox is doing great, but so yeah, I think they are paying that. They are paying the miss a few boats. When you are very good on some business like Windows and Office, it's hard to re-challenge yourself, and it's a question of generation too. The generation of Bill Gates and Steve Ballmer is not the one of Mark Zuckerberg, and it might not be the one of the next one for mobile messaging application.
I was going to say, Facebook is only 10 years old. What today is the life expectancy of these huge internet monoliths like Google and Facebook?
I don't know. I think nobody has the answer. Things move very fast. Remember Alta Vista, remember Yahoo, that is getting back on track right now. So I think, some companies are totally going to collapse. Remember BlackBerry, that was so high a few years ago, that is now a big challenger. But if you continue to challenge yourself, if you continue to innovate, such as is doing Facebook or Google, they're investing a lot in research and development. Apple is doing the same. Then for me, if they stick to, I would say, surpassing people's expectation, coming with new tools, with new innovations, they still might be there in 10 or 20 or 50 years.
Do you get the sense that we're in this world now when you're at the office where we're always connected, we're always socially connected with our friends? How does you as a boss, how does that change your strategy?
I think, it's the era of ultra-transparency tyranny. So basically everything you do at every moment of your life can be recorded, can be published. So be more responsible about what you do or what you say. That's definitely a given. Then, yeah, it's an asset because it's so nice to keep connected with the pace of the planet, to know what's going on in Silicon Valley, in the US or in Asia, in one click. So it's just like the face of humanity. When you have 1.2 billion users of Facebook, it's just a mirror of real life.
Emmanuel Vivier, when you talk about the tyranny of transparency, when you see the fallout from the whistleblower Edward Snowden and the eavesdropping scandal, do you sense among people there's a little bit more self-restraint now about what they say on these social networking sites? Yeah,
I think every day we see a bad buzz at companies. We see a politician having some problems with what they said.
But have you experienced it personally? Do you see people maybe holding back a little more?
I think, and this is the thing with Facebook, I think now the kids might be using some other platform for crazy stuff because they know everything they publish on Facebook will be seen by their parents, their family, or their employer. So yeah, it makes people more and more more responsible about what they do online.
The younger generation ahead of the curve once again.
Yeah, you know, they are very smart. They are digital native. So for them, it's a given. They might need a few bad mistakes to understand, but then they learn very fast.
Emmanuel Vivier, I want to thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you.
Stay with us. Much more to come here on France 24. We'll have the latest sports news and business with Marcus Carlson. Stay with us.